Okay, in this episode of Gav Details, we're going to be, there's a small amount of assembly for the Pro Eagle 2-ton off-road jack. I believe they refer to the 2-ton as the Beast. When I was ceramic coating the wheels on the new AT4, there is a specific jacking point, and it's kind of circular. And my current Pittsburgh low-profile jack from Harbor Freight does not completely lift the truck so that I was able to remove the tires. So I wound up using the factory bottle jack to do that service. So with that being said, I don't plan on lifting the truck anytime soon, if at all. Obviously, it's brand new and it's still under warranty, and it's good for, daily driver usage. So with that said, the Pro Eagle jack was purchased at a local 4-wheel parts. I believe the retail price on the 2-ton Beast is $409.99. It's kind of pricey, but it is an aluminum jack with a flat bottom and more off-road tires to navigate off-road terrain. I guess these jacks are used for lifted trucks, side-by-sides, any type of off-road vehicle, Jeeps, lifted Wranglers, and stuff like that. So when you remove the box top, you can see that the jack is underneath, and you have your tires here. You have the extension here and back there. This is the bracket that holds the extension to the inside of the jack, and then you have a little bit of hardware. You have the screw and the nut and bolt that holds the bracket to the jack, and then you have a small pliers here for the snap rings that go on the axle that hold the tires in place. So I have only seen a couple videos on this jack, just kind of an overview, so obviously there's a little bit more assembly or assembly period that I was aware of, so we'll do that together. Okay, you can see how nice the jack looks and how it's packaged inside of the styrofoam. You have the two-part handle on either side. You're going to have to remove this spacer, which is keeping the jack, I guess you'd say, compressed or open. And then we're going to pull the jack out and kind of assemble it wheel by wheel first. Okay, so the jack does come with instructions, as you can see here. It says, install the front and rear wheels on the axles, step number 2. Using the pliers, spread the ring gap slightly until it slips over the axle shaft and clips into the groove on the end of the axle. Step number 3 is pull slightly on the wheel to ensure that the snap ring is fully engaged, and obviously you repeat steps 2 and 3 on all of the wheels. I have the wheels kind of set in place. The front wheels are 6-inch tall, and the rear wheels or tires are 8 inches tall. So you get 1 snap ring plier tool, 2 front wheels, 2 rear wheels, and 4 snap rings. So be careful that you don't drop or lose the snap ring, because then you'll have to go to the local hardware store and get one that is the appropriate size. So we're going to do that first. As you can see, I have the jack propped up on, those are kind of like homemade wheel chocks. They're just 2 pieces of 2x4 screwed into each other. So let's see if we can get this first rear wheel on here. It does not show whether there is an inside or an outside. So there is a word composite here, so I'm going to go ahead and have that facing outward. And I think our block of wood is going to get in the way, so I'm just going to lift up the jack and move it forward. So that's as far as it goes, and there is a very small groove. Obviously, I'm going to put the snap ring in the pliers like so. And there is a very small groove here. Obviously, when you squeeze the tool, it's going to go ahead and open the snap ring. And so that is on there. So as you can see right here, that is the groove in which the snap ring goes in. Okay. Final wheel goes on, and the final spring clip here. So just slight pressure slides it into place, and you'll notice you can make sure that the clip kind of rotates in that groove, and then that's it. So the front tire is on. All four are secured in place, and the next part is going to be to remove this spacer here. Okay, so there's a spacer. We don't need that anymore. And lastly is going to be to install the extension holder inside of the cradle. There is a hole. There's a hole right here. As you can see, my finger kind of blocks the light there. And it comes with a couple washers and a nut to hold it in place. This is the holder, so it's going to go like this, and that allows you to still access your filler holes for any hydraulic fluid that you need. It says here, bolt the extension bracket to the jack on the flat plate located on the jack directly in front of the pivot handle. The plate has two holes, each of which has a nut welded to the underside. You can use whichever location you desire. We have provided a bolt and a lock washer to attach the extension bracket to the plate. So we're going to go ahead and bolt it here. So there's two pieces of paperwork that it comes with. One shows how to assemble the wheels, and one here only mentions making sure that you twist and lock the extension into place. So, all right. So what we're going to do is, there is a locking washer here. Let's see here. Okay, so this is how we'll thread the bolt into the hole, and then on the inside we will put the regular washer and the nut. So the nut is a 14 millimeter. Hopefully we can get the socket in there. If not, we'll have to use a wrench. So I'm in the way of the camera here. So okay, so you can use an open-ended wrench on the, well, that's kind of blocking everything, isn't it? And then there is an Allen key on the head of the bolt. Okay, so it's actually a 5 millimeter because we're in the wrong bolt here. So we're just going to use this like this to hold it in place and tighten the nut. Obviously, this is just to hold the extension in place, so I don't think you really need to, you know, tight and snug is good enough. So the next part is going to be to put the extension together, which is just like this. Line up the holes, and I'll put it on the lowest setting for now since we're not doing any lifting. And then this is the retainer bolt and clip that comes with it. So once you loosen it, it has a little bit of movement here. So we'll go ahead and put the pin through the jack. Line up the hole on the other side like so. And then this has a little bit of bend to give like so. So you won't drop your extension. So that's the extension put together. And last but not least, if you are going to use the jack right now, obviously you want to make sure that it slides into place and locks. So you have these tabs. So you'd put it like this, and then you hold the cradle and you twist it so that it doesn't move. So that's your extension. Okay, so now that the jack is fully assembled, we have our two-piece handle, which is this nice kind of charcoal colored, like painted or powder coated finish. Obviously you want to click the button here. Lock it in place. You have a nice Pro Eagle on the rubber guard here, and you want to insert down. You have your locking nut or bolt here, So you kind of lock that in place. Secure your jack, and then so that's about 10 pumps, and you're at full height here. Kind of out of the frame, but you can see how easy it moves. The handle is nice and smooth. It's a nice black, I would assume powder coated finish. It has the Pro Eagle logo there. And then you have just the twist handle here to lower the jack. And that's it. So I'll have another video the next time I jack up the truck. I do it today, but it's currently raining. Fall in the Midwest kind of sucks because it's like 45 degrees and raining, which is terrible. You do have two handles in order to pick it up. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this jack weighs 56 pounds, which is not very heavy. And I'm not going to flip the jack over, but you can see here you have a skid plate on the bottom, which is great for the guys that are off-road that may not be on smooth or sturdy, asphalt or concrete doing their jacking, sand, gravel, dirt, etc. So yeah, so far so good. I can't wait to use it. It should be pretty good. I'll also be able to use it for the car. Once I get the car to a certain height with my low profile jack, I can go ahead and jack the car the rest of the way. As you can see, the car is clean. So that's why we won't be moving it out into the just to jack up the truck. So I'll have another video on the first use of the Pro Eagle 2-ton off-road jack named the Beast. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and for more GMC, Sierra AT4 and detailing content, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks.